Oh baby, it feels good to be back, let me tell you. Thank you so much for joining me on this, what's been a short journey so far, but it's been a fun one nonetheless. My name is Chris Garcia, aka KCCHRISG, and I will be your host today, tonight, this evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me on the Split Screen podcast. It means the world to me. I took a little bit of a break, unintentionally. It wasn't on purpose. It started off with one of my kids getting sick, and it was just downhill from there. Good news, we're doing okay now. We're back in the saddle, and we are back to your regularly scheduled programming. So we're going to keep that up. Do I have a show for you today? That wasn't a question, by the way, that was a statement. But before we get into the show, I just want to say thank you to everyone, both new and, well, first I'll say this. If you're new here, welcome to the show. Thank you for sticking around. Hopefully you do stick around. Split Screen Podcast welcomes all. So thank you for joining me. It means the world to me, and thank you to those who have been listening to me and been showing me some love and support throughout this entire thing. It means the world to me. Thank you for sticking by my side. If you want to follow the page on our social media, or on my social media pages, you can, in the description box, we will tell you where to go. We're on Facebook, Split Screen Podcast, and if you want to follow us on Instagram and Instagram and Twitter, you can follow me there. Both of those are at SplitScreenKC. SplitScreenKC on Instagram and Twitter. There you can send me messages. You can say, hey, the show's great. You can give me feedback on the show. I would really appreciate that as well. You can give me topic suggestions on what you want to hear me discuss next, or anything really related to gaming. I would love to hear from you. You can send me some hate mail. That's cool too. Or you can just ask how my day's going. I would love to talk with you all. If you want to follow me personally and know, I don't know, a little bit more about me, I guess. I don't know. You can follow me on Twitter, KCCHRISG, and Instagram, KCCHRISG. You can also send me topic suggestions there if you want. But I'll probably be paying more attention to the topic suggestions and things like that on the split screen pages. So if you want to send in your ideas, please do so. I would love to hear back from you. So this is episode 12 of the Split Screen Podcast. Boy, it's been a minute. Well, it feels like it's been forever. But I'm happy to be doing this, and it may not be a perfect show, but I have a blast making these, so I'm just going to keep on going, baby. So here we are, episode 12. Let's get into it. So I want to discuss something with everyone. You've probably heard of it by now, but I'm going to basically go over some things about it. If you don't know what it is, first off, if you don't know what it is, if you can't read the title, then what the hell are you doing? But we're going to be talking Splitgate. Splitgate. One word, by the way. It is a free-to-play game right now. It's available on consoles and PC. I think it's only available on the Switch Okay, let's just forget that the last 15 seconds happened. We're going to start this baby over. We're discussing Splitgate today. It's a free-to-play game on Xbox One, Xbox Series S/X, and it's also available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. For you PC users out there, you guys will have a crack at this as well. Crossplay is enabled, so if you have a buddy on PC and you're on Xbox, it'll work out just fine for you. The website itself has in quotes on the header. It's Portal, and I'm quoting this, Portal meets Halo. And I think they got that from a review on IGN.com. But there really is no other better way to describe this game. it's it's exactly how it says. It's Halo meets Portal. You have okay. We'll take it step by step here. So first off, I will begin with this. You need to try this game at least once or twice. Okay, download it. It's free. It's free. What you can't argue with free. Download it and give it a shot. Get past the tutorial. Get past the first 5 games. And start playing with your buddies, okay? It's a blast. You have a lot of things to do in this game. So I think the beta is still going on. Actually, it's still considered to be in beta. I figured it was going to be over with the launch of the first season, but it's still being considered as in beta. But we'll go into that a little more later. So it just kind of exploded onto the scene, right? Like I had never heard of it, but apparently it had been around for quite some time, and an alpha was available supposedly. It went from a couple hundred players to several hundred players to over 1,000 to thousands now to several 100,000. There's been a lot of influx of traffic into this game to where they had to add queues into the servers. I think queues are non-existent now because I believe they just pushed an update to solve that issue. But if you're a fan of Halo, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, I know some people who aren't, but if you've played Halo and you like that gameplay, then give this a shot. If you like Portal, I don't really, it's not, Portal isn't a shooter like this one is, but you have the physics down of that already, so you might as well give this game a shot. I love both series of games, and and it just works. It shouldn't work. It really shouldn't, but it does, and it's a blast to play. You can play by yourself, which is fun, but we all know that games are better played with at least one person. But if you can get a full squad, then that's fun too. By the way, if you want to follow the page for updates, you can go to splitgate.com. I think it's splitgate.com. And you can follow the page, or you can follow the game on Twitter. They're at Splitgate. They give you updates and patch notes and things like that, along with more information on the website. They just started a blog. I think they just did the second installment of their blog. So if you are going to be into this game, if you want to kind of get more information before you install this game, then a good idea would be going to the website and checking out everything they have to offer. They have maps. They have what the gameplay is like. They have Season 0 trailer on YouTube out if you want to check that out as well. And they have a lot more information on there regarding all the weapons and things like that. So if you want more information, maybe you're not going to be fully convinced from this episode, then check out their website. Do yourself a favor. So let's see here. So you can tell these notes are old because I originally planned to do this episode last week. So it says right here, Season 0 launched this week. So that's no longer true. Season 0 launched last week, and it brought some new content for us to toy around with. So we're gonna go over that here in a little bit. But let's go over the basic premise of what this is. So Splitgate is an FPS, a first-person shooter, and it doesn't have a campaign. It's a free-to-play experience. It's in beta. I don't know if they ever plan on adding a campaign. I don't think so. Personally, to me, this kind of game doesn't need a campaign anyway, because this is just it's fun as it is. So they've got so much crazy stuff. I don't think a campaign. I'm sure it could make sense, but it doesn't really need one. So I said it's a first-person shooter. No campaign. Some of the game modes are 4v4. Some game modes are 3v3. So if you want to play with a full squad, you should at least have 3 people. Ideally, it's 4, but you can pull off 3v3. So, man, that was a bad stutter. So if you played Halo, you know how this is gonna work. You start with a certain weapon depending on the game mode, and it'll have like a preset weapon that everyone will spawn with. Everybody's gonna be on a level playing field at the beginning of the round, and there's various power weapons set around the map that you have to fight over. These will obviously give you an edge over the competition, over the opposition in the game modes, and it can help you hold certain points of the map. So you want to fight for those power weapons. You want to strategize with your teammates. Hey, yo, I'm going left. I'm going to get the rocket launcher. And over here, you're going to get the sniper rifle. And I don't know why I did 2 accents there. Please forgive me. So, yeah, I'm sorry. And other game modes, I believe there's a game mode called Fiesta, where that will spawn in a random weapon every time you die. It'll spawn you with a random weapon. So, let's say you start with a rocket launcher and a shotgun, and you die. The next life you might spawn with an assault rifle and a BFB, which it's a baseball bat. It's short for big fucking bat. So, which gives you an idea of the professionality, whatever it is. They're not taking themselves too seriously. So, Halo wouldn't add something like that, or Call of Duty maybe, but that they're not going to take themselves too seriously in terms of, we gotta keep this tone consistent. You know what I mean? They're calling it a big fucking bat, and they have some awesome other maps planned. There's one in a stadium. There's one in what looks like a house, but it's not an overly serious game. Something like, I don't know, Gears would be something like Killzone and things like that. Speaking of which, do they even make those games anymore? I haven't heard from that in a while. Anyway, so yeah, some game modes you spawn. Most of the time, you're gonna spawn in with a certain weapon, but certain game modes will spawn you in with random weapons every time. So keep that in mind when you are picking your game mode. Maybe you like a certain loadout. Maybe you like everybody having something random. So keep that in mind when you're picking whatever playlist you want to play. So the gameplay, it's more on the, I won't say it's not like fast paced exactly like Call of Duty, but I would say more on the Halo 4 spectrum, where you can sprint, you can jump pretty far. They even give you jetpacks on the back, but it's not like the Black Ops 3 jetpacks where you're able to run on the walls and shit. It gives you just enough boost to get you to where you want to go, or to make that jump onto that just high enough ledge. My only problem is they haven't added mounting, I guess, where you can grab onto the edge of the surface and pull yourself up. They haven't added that into the game, and I know a lot of people are asking, so hopefully they add it soon, because I've been very close to making some jumps, but like when I'm holding the weapon, my hands will hit the edge of where I need to grapple onto, but it doesn't have grappling, it doesn't have ledge grabbing, so you'd basically just face plant against it every time and then you fall. So I'm hoping they add ledge grabbing, I'm hoping they add mantling. It would be a huge quality of life improvement in my opinion. Let me know. Do you like it without ledge grabbing or not? Personally, I would prefer it. So going forward, it's like I said before, it's more on the Halo 4 spectrum of fast-paced gameplay. So oh yeah, I was talking about the jetpacks, right? Wow, I'm all over the place. Holy cow. Okay, let's move on. Holy cow! Before I run myself into a circle here. portals. Let's discuss portals. It adds a very unique element into an FPS shooter gameplay. So typically shooters, your boots on the ground, and if not, you have jetpacks that'll go all over the place. But the jetpacks in this one aren't crazy, and the portals add a certain level of spice that was needed into this kind of first-person shooter. You can shoot a portal way across the map and right in front of you, and that's instant access to the other side of the map. You can also shoot one above you and then shoot one on the ground way down below and use it to catapult yourself across the map that way too. Some areas are not reachable unless you do that with your portals. So it kind of forces you to learn the physics behind portals, and it forces you to at least make an attempt to use the portals in this game. The map design is, I won't say it's great, but it's definitely not bad. I'm hoping that they continue to improve on their map designs as the seasons come forward and move along. So if you can master the portals and the physics behind them, you will be legendary at this game. It's not easy, but if you can practice and if you can put in enough hard work, then maybe you can launch portals across the map one day too, young man. So it adds a layer of strategizing on where you want to place your portals. Do you want to go, so like for instance domination, maybe you want to place a portal on the B flag and one on the A flag so you can protect those two easily. Maybe you can have that along with someone who has one on B and, did I say C or A? Well, I'm going to go with C. And you can go back and forth really quickly that way. You can have one on C and A so you can control those two. The other team's going to be doing the same thing, so it's pretty frenetic. Throw in the idea that you have grenades that you can throw at enemies' portals and close them that way. You'll be getting cut off, but you'll be cutting other people off. You can also close your portals manually as soon as you go, and this is really helpful with oddball. If you're carrying the ball and you go through a portal and teleport yourself way across the map, you can close that portal as soon as you go through it, and you'll cut off access from everybody that maybe would be chasing you. So it's very, very fun, very frenetic, very fast-paced, very different, very worth looking into if you haven't. And that's just the tip of the iceberg here. So we'll talk about, well, I won't really go into depth about it, but it's a sci-fi futuristic setting and ambience, along with, and I went over this a little bit earlier, the weapons work a lot like Halo. They have the battle rifle, they have the assault rifle, but the assault rifle this time has a scope on it. They have your sniper rifle. The grav hammer has been turned into a bat. That's the BFG that I brought up earlier, the big fucking bat. They have something called a plasma cannon, I think. They have something that's like the railgun. There's a lot to offer from this game. I'm telling you right now, if you grew up playing Halo, even if you're not on Xbox anymore, if you grew up playing Halo, maybe you went over to a buddy's house, right, after school, Friday night, you go to a buddy's house, they have Little Caesars, they have Mountain Dew, Coke, Dr. Pepper, crazy bread with the garlic dipping sauce, with ice cream. They pop in Halo 2. You already know what these weapons are like from your childhood. And if you're on Xbox, then you know damn well what these weapons are like. So I'm telling you right now, a lot of these weapons work almost exactly the same as they did in Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo 5, okay? You will be comfortable with the weapons in this game. You'll just need to remember the names, and half the time you don't even remember the names. I'll give you some more examples. I mean, sniper rifle is straightforward. They have, I think it honestly might be called the railgun. And if it's not, it works exactly the same as the railgun. The BFG is the grav hammer. You have the SMG. It's exactly the same. You have the DMR. That's called the I don't remember what that's called in this one, but it's exactly the same as the DMR in Halo. All you Halo fans, if you need something new, if you're getting bored of Halo, please give Splitgate a try. I beg of you. And if you're disappointed, then I don't know what to tell you. You will find the addition of portals while it's a simple one, it's really a breath of fresh air. Trust me. Halo, along with Portal, you send them on a date. You send them to the movies. You buy them popcorn. You expect them to be home at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And next thing you know, your buddy's coming home at like 6, 7 a.m. And then 9 months later, you get Splitgate. That's exactly what it is, okay? So do yourselves a favor. It's a great game. The maps are a good mix of designs ranging from tight and close quarters to very vertical, along with very open. So depending on what play style you like, you'll prefer some maps over the others. And a lot of your experiences will be based on if you have the power weapons or not. Tight maps, you got to fight over the shotgun, you got to fight over the SMG. Long range engagements, you got to have that battle rifle, you got to have the sniper rifle, you got to have the rocket launcher, and you got to have the whatever the DMR weapon is. For those close range engagements, if you can find the BFG, then you will have an absolute ball on that game. And the map design is focused around the portals. There's a lot of places to place your portals. You can place them, and you'll be able to tell what surfaces you can place them on. But one map in particular that I have in mind is very, very vertical, and it encourages the idea of launching and catapulting yourself around the map. And you can tell this is what they had in mind for this map design, because there's a giant floating platform that you can't access unless you put a portal on there and put a portal way down below. It's strictly used, its sole purpose is to launch people through their portals. That's it. And sometimes, like I said before, the only way to get to some power weapons is to take that leap of faith, and hopefully you angled it just right and hit the right spot. Portals in this game force you to really communicate with your team. If you are playing without a headset, you're not going to have the best possible time you can have. If you're playing without a squad, you're not going to have the best possible time that you could have. If you have one of those things, you're going to have a good time. If you have both of those, you're going to have a great time. So find yourself some buddies, find yourself some pals, download this game. It's a blast. Let's go into some of the game modes here before I get into some of the Season 0 details. I keep bringing up Halo, but do you blame me? They even put it on their website, people. Don't get mad at me for referencing Portal, because it says it on their own website, okay? Some of the game modes are straight clones from Halo, like Oddball and SWAT. It's not called Slayer, but it's called Team Deathmatch, but it's the same thing. They have Domination, a classic FPS game mode. They have King of the Hill. That's always a fun one. and this is also a testament to how professional these developers are going to be. Speaking of, I'll get through this first. One game mode. So it's like, if you've ever played a game mode that has something from like Kill Confirmed from Call of Duty, if you've ever played that, you know what this mode's going to be like. And for those of you who don't know what Kill Confirmed is, it's basically team deathmatch, but you don't get points for a kill. You get points for collecting something from the dead bodies of those you have killed or your teammates have killed. So this game mode, it's not called Kill Confirmed. It's called Teabag Confirmed. The only way to get points in this game mode is to kill someone, and then you go up to their body and you gotta teabag them. I'm not joking. And that's the same way you collect, or you deny kills. So I assume you'll be teambagging your team. I have yet to play this game mode, but it sounds amazing. It also sounds extremely sexy. So I assume you're going to be teabagging your teammates, because you can collect your teammates' dog tags in Call of Duty and Kill Confirmed to deny the kill. So why would it be any different in denying kills and taking that away from the team? So I assume you're going to be teabagging everything in sight, both enemy and friendly. So that'd be hilarious to see. Just see somebody teabagging, and then you blast them in the ass, and then you teabag them. Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. I really want to play this now that I'm talking about it. But there's just something for everyone in this game. So please give it a shot if you have not done so. I keep saying that over and over again, but I can't emphasize how much you need to try this game. So if that's not enough to convince you to try this game, and keep in mind that this is a very small team of developers, and I actually have who developed this here. It's developed by, I don't know if they call themselves 1047 or 1047, so I apologize for butchering your name if anybody happens to listen to this from that team, but I'm going to say 1047. So it's developed by 1047 Games. It's a very small team of developers. They've had a massive influx of people playing their game now. They're getting more data than ever. We need to be patient with them, and we also need to appreciate everything they've done so far. They have a lot more planned, so let's just stay tuned. But with that, they just dropped Season 0. So they have a trailer for that. I mentioned before, check it out on YouTube. They showcase a little bit of what to expect when you hop on there. So first thing I want to point out for this, there's no end date for Season 0. This game is still in beta. They're constantly working on this game. So keep in mind that this is a work in progress when you hop on. But there is no Season 0 end date. So for those of you who purchase a Battle Pass, this might be a good thing. Because for someone like me who has purchased Battle Passes before, and they're on a limited time kind of deal, you have like a month and a half, 2 months to get whatever it is to make your way up the tiers. For someone who doesn't have a whole lot of time to play games, this might be a good sign. And speaking of Battle Passes, kind of off topic, but not really, Halo Infinite is doing the right thing with their Battle Passes. I really love what they're doing with their Battle Passes. Once you buy one, it's locked in. You can, I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to buy several at a time, and there's no time limit on that. And you can switch between which ones you want to work on. So I can buy a Battle Pass today, and a month from now, I can finish it and then start working on the next one. And then 2 months later, if I stop playing for that long, which I don't know why I would, but I'll still be able to get everything on that Battle Pass. So they're doing it right. I hope more games follow this business model. It just seems like the right thing to do, like especially for people like me, like who don't have a whole lot of game time. I would still like to get all those rewards for something that I'm paying money for anyway. So hopefully more businesses do that. Hopefully more developers see that and follow in their footsteps. But anyway, right now there's no end date for the Season 0 Battle Pass, so I highly suggest if you're going to hop on this and you have some spare cash, you support these developers and spend your money and work on that Battle Pass, because it'll be a while, I think, until they announce an end date. There's a new map called Carmen Station, and I believe that was, from what I read, that was in the alpha. So for those of you who have played the alpha before, this should feel a little similar. I heard it's a reimagining, so I imagine that that it's been a little bit reskinned along with some gameplay improvements. Maybe more places to put your portals. Maybe some places to put your portals have been moved. I'm not sure, but there's a new map there. So if you haven't played in a while, then hop on and try this new map out. Let me know what you think. So, and we're going back to the Battle Pass here. Man, that shit looks like the Battle Pass. This is the first real Battle Pass for this game. So it includes drops, and for those of you who don't know what that is, drops gives you skins for your character. It gives you skins for your weapons, I believe. It can give you, I think it can give you split coins. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I might have gotten some split coins. Don't quote me on that. I can't promise that. And they give you spray paints that you can spray all over the map. They give you gestures that you can show off to the other team and your teammates, and more. So it costs 950 split coins, which is the in-game currency. You can earn that, I believe, through challenges, I think. And if you want to buy split coins, you can spend your real money on there, which is probably what I'm going to end up doing because I'm ass at this game. But and I'm doing this to support the developers because, like I said, it's a small team of developers. Just help them out, you know. It's around $10 US, so wherever you're listening to this from, whatever conversion you want to do, it's around $10 US for 950 split coins. So, which is average price for a battle pass, I'd say. So if you're interested in helping out the developers and getting more skins and gestures and things like that, check out the battle pass. You can get a lot of bang for your buck there. So last thing I want to talk about is the Season 0 game modes. So they kept all the same game modes, but they introduced two game modes to Splitgate. One is called Contamination, so you can kind of gather without knowing what it is, what the game mode's about. It's basically Infected or Zombies mode or whatever you want to call it. So I think there's a team of Infected. They have BFGs, big fucking bats, and then there's a team of Survivors, and it's just to see who can last the longest. And I haven't tried this game mode out yet, but I think I'm gonna get with the boys, get with Nate and Alex. You know I gotta shout the boys out every episode. I might get the boys in there and see if we can play some Infected. And this one seems like it's gonna be a good time. It's called Casual Team Rumble. So what that is, it's basically like a party game mode. It's something it's kind of like Team Action Sack, if you will, from Halo. It's gonna have games like it's gonna have Contamination. It's gonna have Split Ball. It's gonna have VIP. It's gonna have Team Deathmatch. It's gonna have a mix of everything. So if you kind of just want like a random, like if you like to listen to your Spotify playlists on shuffle, this might be a good game mode for you because it's basically putting the entire game on shuffle. If you're not feeling picky, then go ahead, give that game mode a try. It might be a lot of fun. And of course, with any update, they added some quality of life improvements. So we're going to be seeing some final kill cams in some game modes. I don't know if it's applying to all game modes, but in most game modes we're going to be getting some final kill cams, and we're going to be getting just general kill cams across all game modes. So it's hard for me to watch kill cams sometimes, but sometimes it's good that we have kill cams. Sometimes it's good to learn hiding spots. Sometimes it's good to learn other people's strategies. Sometimes it's good to see maybe how big of a dumbass you are and what got you killed exactly. So we're getting kill cams across the board here. Might be a good thing, but I'd say like 90% of people, they're probably just going to skip over themselves dying anyway. Who wants to see themselves die, right? But anyway, along with other like menu updates and things like that. But that's it. That's what I wanted to discuss. There was a lot more to discuss about this game, but I don't want to take up all your time here. But please let me know, man. Are you going to try Splitgate? Did I convince you? If I did, I'm very happy about that. Maybe I bored you to death and you're like, nah, if he's on it, then I'm not going to be on it. Let me know. You can let me know on the Split Screen podcast pages. I'll plug those right now. We're on Twitter at SplitScreenKC. We're on Instagram, SplitScreenKC. We're on that Facebook, Split Screen Podcast. Give us a like, give us a follow on all of our pages, or all of my pages. I'd really appreciate that. I'd love to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Splitgate? If you've played it already, what do you hope that they add later on in later updates? I would love to hear that as well, because there's definitely room for improvement in this game, but for a free game, it's pretty solid. And let me know what you like. Let me know what you dislike about this game. I would love to hear your thoughts on everything. What kind of game modes do you want to see? Let me know. Also, just completely off topic, but if anybody's interested, speaking of FPSs, the Call of Duty Vanguard beta is coming up on this weekend. I believe it starts on we're going to go ahead and say I don't know. Let me see here real quick. So the PlayStation beta is going to be on the open beta is going to be on the 16th and 17th, and that's also actually that's the 16th through the 20th, excuse me, for PlayStation. Xbox and PC early access, if you pre-ordered Call of Duty Vanguard, your early access is going to be 16th and the 17th, and then the open beta on all platforms will run from the 18th to the 20th of September. So speaking of FPSs, if you wanted to give the Vanguard beta a try, this upcoming weekend is going to be your opportunity to do so. But that's it. That's the show. If you want to follow me personally and send me some love there, you can follow me on Twitter, KCCHRISG. You can follow me on Instagram, KCCHRISG. And if you see me in real life, I don't think any of you, well, if you follow my Instagram, you'll know. If you see me in real life, give me a high five, give me a hug, whatever you want to do. Say hello. But anyway, that's it from me. Thank you so much for listening, giving me your time. Thank you so much for showing me love and support. And thank you so much for listening to this episode. I know I said that already, but I can't express enough how much it means to me. So you all mean the world to me. I hope you all stay safe. I hope you all stay happy. And that's it for me. I hope you come back next week. Safety above all. But then right after that, I hope you come back next week. So thank you so much. I love you all. Stay safe. Wash your hands. And take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. My name's Chris Garcia. It's been a pleasure hosting you this day, evening, night, wherever it is. And I will see you in the next episode.